high scoring game week. How did you guys do? Hello there, hope you're having a great Friday. What is up, guys, and welcome to the FPL Today Team Selection video for Game Week 36, which is a blank game week. These doubles and blanks just seem to be all over the place. So, we are going to talk about how I did in double Game Week 35 or triple Game Week 35 for Man United, and also our plans for the blank game week and how well we might be set up for it. So if you enjoy these videos here on the channel, please do hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for FPL, as well as telling me your score in the comments down below. And also a quick disclaimer, the video isn't going to have the same graphics as usual because the turnaround between the end of this game week, when I'm recording Game Week 35, is Thursday night, and Game Week 36 starts Friday night. So I literally have 24 hours to get this video out, and ideally I want to get it out as soon as possible. So we are going to use basic images from the FPL website instead of the usual graphics. Apologies. So guys, we get into how I did in Game Week 35, and straight away on the screen you can see exactly how I did, as we managed to get a pretty decent game week with 141 points with a -4 because we did bring in 2 players. The 2 players that we brought in were Wood and Holgate, hoping to get on board those Everton clean sheets. There were 2 clean sheets for Everton, but unfortunately the player I picked, Holgate, didn't start in the first game against West Ham, which was a big negative. Rudiger also not starting in both games as well as Mendy was disappointing, Rudiger being one of the worst performers in my side, and also Lingard still not managing to get much for me ever since I brought him in, and Harry Kane not doing much in Spurs' game either. However, those are the only real negatives. To be fair, even though Mendy didn't play in both games, he got that penalty save against Aguero, and Forster came in with a penalty save of his own, meaning both of our goalkeepers got a combined score, and if you didn't realise by now, we were on the bench boost of 21 points. By the way, these scores are taken from livefpl.net, so if they are slightly off, they won't be off by much, but again, trying to record this as early as possible after the game week's just gone. Moving to our defence, you can see that Trent Alexander-Arnold came in with a great score of 16 points. Holgate did manage to get 1 clean sheet in the second game in that 0-0 draw, which was great for some people. Aston Villa Everton getting a draw. Some massive scores after that game. And Lowton also getting me 6 points from Burnley's clean sheet, and Alioski getting an assist in Leeds' game. So the defence really did turn up with a decent amount of points, if we ignore Rudiger. Then in midfield, Sigurdsson only got 5 points. To be fair, there was no attacking returns there. He just played in both games, but still, that's decent, and it's better than what Lingard got. If we could go back in time, we would have brought Greenwood in for this Sigurdsson slot, which we could have done. But to be honest, we were thinking ahead towards Game Week 36 as well. And I was hoping Sigurdsson could at least get 1 goal, and if he had, he'd have been halfway to matching Greenwood with the game in Game Week 36. Jota finally returning for me in the double game week, making my point score go even higher, and he got that goal in the Man United game. Fernandes being a great captaincy shout with 2 goals. Pretty confident that he was the best player to pick, as well as also being the best player to pick purely from a shield aspect, because so many people captained him. Salah managing to get on the score sheet against Man United in the dying minutes as well with 13 points. And then up front, it was a little bit disappointing that Ian Nacho only got 9 points compared to some of the bigger scores we got on this. And we did bring in Wood, who did manage to get a goal in his solo fixture. And to be honest, we're quite happy to have Wood with what is coming up next for Burnley. So in total, that means we did get that 141 points with the -4 down to 137, changing our rank very nicely from 133,894th to 85,115th, with that 50k now being in sight. So to be honest, if we can get 50k by the end of this season, I will see this end of season running as a massive success, and we're hoping for that with how our team lines up for Game Week 36. So we had already penciled in some transfers for this game week. However, we may need to reconsider those. The transfers I had penciled in for this game week was going to be Jota out for Rafinha at Leeds, hoping that he would be fully back into the starting 11 for that game against Burnley away. And we were also considering bringing in Antonio with Brighton Hove Albion away for that fixture, with Leicester blanking and Iheanacho leaving, and also with Leicester having some difficult fixtures in Game Week 37 and 38. However, the plus point is we do have a full starting 11, just with no playing bench if we don't make some transfers. Now, Rudiger could be a player we look to get rid of, purely because we've got Rudiger and Mendy right now, and ideally we don't want to go Chelsea double defence because there has been some rotation issues there, even with the keeper, who I thought would be pretty safe from that. We also have Iheanacho, who is a player we're considering to move out with a blank, as well as Fernandes, but we might just keep him for the end of season running, purely because he did manage to still get points in that Liverpool fixture. But the starting 11 consists of Forster in goal against Fulham at home. However, there's the risk of McCarthy playing because for some reason Southampton are rotating goalkeepers every 2 games, which is a new concept on me. We also have Trent Alexander-Arnold, Jota and Salah against West Bromwich Albion away, although slightly worried Salah might get benched in this one. But also Salah is chasing that golden boot, so potentially with nothing else to play for this season, he could start the rest of the game. So we won't be getting rid of Salah, it's just whether we captain him. We've got Holgate with Sheffield United at home. Hopefully he keeps his place in the starting 11. Alioski with Burnley away and Loughton with Leeds at home. Now, it's not ideal to have 2 defenders against each other, but as that Aston Villa-Everton match showed, it can be beneficial. In midfield, we have Sigurdsson with Sheffield United at home. Hopefully Sigurdsson gets me something. Otherwise, he was a bit of a waste of a transfer, although we did, of course, get his appearance points. And we have Lingard with Brighton Hove Albion away. Hopefully Lingard returns some of the goal-scoring performances that he had before I really got on board with him. Then up front, we have Kane with Wolves at home and Wood with Leeds at home, and hopeful of points from both of these players here. But of course, like I said, Antonio could come in for Iheanacho, and we did have Rafinha coming in for Jota, but we could potentially look at moving that Fernandes money to someone else instead, if we don't fancy Fernandes for the rest of the run-in. To be honest, I'm probably going to take a -4, purely because with the rotation that has happened this season, I imagine that it might be necessary for me to have a bench. Mendy wasn't really in my thoughts until he didn't start in the second Chelsea game, so now Mendy for a different keeper might be a transfer I make just so I've got a playing keeper, and then the -4 could be to replace someone like Rudiger or Iheanacho, with me still thinking and umming and ahhing about Bruno Fernandes. Anyway, guys, I know this was laid out a little bit differently than you're used to, but unfortunately the turnaround was just so quick I had to adapt just to make sure we got the team selection video out this game week, because I don't think I've missed the team selection video for a very, very long time, and I didn't want to start now. If you have enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, as well as remembering to tell me your score in the comments down below. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.